Good day. My name is Milmantas. I am the owner and founder of Milmantas Immigration Services, a Canadian immigration company located in Toronto, Ontario. Today, I would like to discuss this eternal question: knowledge of English or French. So, there are three questions. I want to immigrate to Canada. Do I need to take English or French test? I want to study in Canada. Do I still need to know English and take the test? I want to work in Canada. Do I still need to take one of the state language tests? The answer is very simple, because that Canada wants applicants to successfully establish in Canada, and knowledge of language is one of the success factors, which also plays a major role in the economic and social establishment and integration into Canadian society. The language requirements will differ depending on whether you are immigrating as a skilled professional, as a tradesperson, as a caregiver, a business person, or through a provincial nominee program. For your language testing, only facilitators approved by immigration may be used. To support your immigration application for English, you must take the CELPIP General and General Training Test in IELTS. Please note that you need to achieve the required score in every ability: reading, writing, listening, and speaking, because that an overall score is not enough. If an applicant lacks at least half a point in one ability, then it means that the applicant is not eligible and thus needs to improve the language skills. So I want to study in Canada. Do I still need to take English test or French test? Yes. In most of the cases, you do need to take the language test. Foreign nationals are also required to meet the language requirements to successfully study at Canadian educational institutions. Potential students from countries where English is not the primary language of instruction are required to provide an English language test proficiency results. A minimum overall band score of 6.5 is usually required for the academic, not the general IELTS test. And some universities require an overall score of 7.0. Therefore, you will need to contact the educational institution in order to clarify the language requirements. If you intend to study English or French as a second language, preliminary test results may not be required, as you will be required to take a test later to be placed in a group at your level. In brief, if you do not have your English test results or your score isn't sufficient, an academic institution will not even consider your application, and a letter of acceptance will not be issued. In some cases, a conditional letter of acceptance may be issued, which means that you would be studying language first, and only after you have met the language requirements, you will be permitted to study at the program of your choice. So please bear in mind that you would be paying international tuition fee. Therefore, it is highly advisable that you study English in your home country and avoid paying fees for studying English in Canada. In the next segment, I will discuss language requirements when applicants wish to work in Canada.